campaign, which was also very crazy.
It was crazy.
It was very fun.
I know, I'm excited to start something new. I started looking into Pathfinder already a little bit. Do you see they've sold so many books, they're out of the...
Yeah, they...
sold out.
Yep.
Even though D&D still walked back there. Yeah.
D&D
walked back their shit.
D&D walked back completely, and I'm like...
I give no fucks. They can
and I'm like, yes, that means they won't screw over everyone else.
Yeah. And now they can wallow in their poor profits that they wrought for themselves.
Yeah.
We don't need any part of any of that stuff to roleplay. Like, at all.
Oh no! Phil didn't have internet issues for like months, and now he's...
Yeah. It's how, well, he just wanted to kick off this episode like last time. You know?
Yeah, for real.
Damn it, Phil. He's like, I still just got an access point in the ceiling, but they never got me my new one. Yeah, no, I saw they're like, okay, you can use the old open game license. And it's like, people gone.
Yeah, it's like, how many times are you gonna have to dial this back to like get your, you know, like they just kept being like, oh, okay, well, like let's lie about it, and that didn't work, and then they're like, okay, well then let's okay, really try to do all this, but just can we have our profits? We're like, no. He's like, okay, well then we won't touch it at all, and we're like, all right, we're gone.
Yeah. We already learned a new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me like a gift card or something.
Yeah.
A big gift card.
I'm getting a little bit of an echo when I talk.
PlayStation 5.
Is that me?
I was getting an echo of myself. I was able to hear myself a little bit, but now it's not happening. I think we're good.
Me?
That's probably me. I have no idea how to fix it. I've tried changing ports, doing other things. It just is sticking around.
Discord? Noise suppression?
It's on.
Turn your input sensitivity down? Or up, sorry.
No, I messed with it. It's weird. I'm not using a headset for this. I'm using a like a standalone mic.
No, thank you, bud.
So I got home from work and smoked quite a bit of weed. And this is like the creme de la creme. This weed is like no joke. Probably gonna make me cough my brains up. Like gonna get textbook stoned for this.
You know, that would make me cough my brains up too.
Mm-hmm.
Getting in character, as we like to say.
Exactly.
I need like a footstool over here. Something to prop my feet up on. I don't want to put it on my computer. I feel like it's a bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe don't do that.
Carl got really close to taking a bite of his pizza.
Yeah. Hell yeah. It's incredible. The pizza stays.
Yeah, the pizza stays.
I do not own the rights to this pizza. I just want to be clear.
Yeah, we are streaming already.
No, we're Phil-less still. Oh, it's the classic Phil.
Yeah.
He really did just want to he wanted to make us feel like back in Morsa again. It's like if I'm gonna be back here, I gotta have my internet issues. Oh, so, well, I guess I've got Dinor and Nick here, so I should tell you about, I think, do you guys already understand your kind of inspiration?
Kinda, yeah.
How often do we get it? Is it per session based, or is it when you tell us?
Maybe once a session. And also when you have a luxury good.
Okay.
which if you find like a fancy wine or something.
Yeah, I was
Or
gonna
if
say,
you-
how obvious are those? Like, how, like,
I will tell
will
you.
we for sure know? Okay.
I'll tell you, like, probably when you have them, or like if it's more obvious.
Ice cream. You know about ice cream.
Yep, ice cream is a luxury good.
Whew.
Although, well, the specific ice cream of the
Wait a
north.
minute.
Dienor, don't get caught up in the ice cream racket.
Can we manufacture luxury goods?
No, we're not good enough.
Maybe.
The Cold Stone Cots. They got that ice
Who
cream.
determines that they're luxury?
Yo.
Yeah.
So I should tell you about feats of magic. So basically, I think I told Nick a bit more. If you go to the journal entries, that little open book looking icon, there's a bunch of stuff.
Ooh.
A
bunch of readables.
Oh god, okay.
I've tried to keep the faculty and the clicks up to date as much as I cared to.
I've
So-
not
Nice.
read any of the readables.
So there should be like
That's okay. I didn't expect you to have read the readables. Phil is being oh so kind and giving us a bit of extra time to go over them.
Yeah.
So essentially, with feats of magic, you get a few uses of them per long rest. It's equal to your proficiency bonus. So right now you'd have 2 uses. Using your special focus, which if you've looked in your inventory recently, Dienor, you should see your focus.
Oh my god.
That special focus will allow you to cast, or to attempt to cast extra spells each day. And this kind of gives, for you, doesn't matter as much, but for, all the tundras of the world who are mundane.
Mhm.
I still don't use it.
Yeah, he still doesn't use it because
I love the name.
he just got a tail of a dog cut off.
I do have a tail of a dog. That is mine.
Does it curl when it's happy, or does it wag?
I don't even look at
Now, I don't know about you, but to me, if it says you must be rich or something, this sounds like it could be considered a luxury good.
Are you gonna eat it? Yeah, I mean, if you eat it, I might give you inspiration, but I don't think you're gonna be happy with how much it takes to replace it.
I got you. When I shut the door, I look like I'm in a warehouse somewhere. I'm just being housed
Sure,
in like
yeah.
a fucking
Yeah, what is it? The back rooms or what?
yeah.
I told Mel we need to get like
put him
some
in the
cool
back
lighting
room
or
with,
something back
with
here.
that expensive rig. Just in the back room. In that warehouse.
Yeah, basically.
So yeah, essentially right now you'll get a couple of uses of it. And I actually updated it for all of you because this was something I had in my head, but I kind of forgot to put it down. Which is that the number of uses you expend is kind of equal to the level you attempt to cast. So if you tried to, if you do like an identify or something, it would use 1 use. But if you like, I want to do a scorching ray, then it'll use both. Bofa.
Wait, so what spells can we cast with it?
It's pretty much flexible.
Just
It's mostly
anything?
Yeah, it's like a skill check.
yeah, so it's casting things that like arcane casters would do.
Right.
Okay.
And there's like some soft overlap because obviously like you even have like there are even like arcane clerics who can like cure wounds
Mhm.
and things like that are kind of like out there, might be a bit more difficult to cast.
Now, you say the DC checks are available. Now, what if I just like, because I imagine you couldn't cast a spell that you don't know, right? Like if your character's never
No, so how it
doesn't
works
even know that
is
exists.
like for you being a wizardy woo, you have your spell book and you prepare all these spells each day to cast. So
Mhm.
you're ready to cast those spells using the implements at hand. The power that your focus draws on, it kind of draws straight from the weave itself. It's like a greater connection. So it does not use the same. It doesn't use the exact same methods as your normal casting. So you can't like, you're like, well, I have jump prepared in my spell book. I could just cast it with my, my little scepter.
Right.
And it's like, you still do need to do a check. And, that check is easier if you have like good Arcana proficiency and stuff like that.
Right. But what I mean is like, Leoman's tiny hut exists, right? But what if my character like doesn't even know that spell exists? Am I able to like cast that?
So that's more of like, I'm trying to figure out what Mike Keel's doing right now.
I was playing with Carter.
Oh, okay. So if you tried to cast something like that, which that's a bit higher level than you'd be able to attempt at the moment,
Right.
you
Just
would.
hypothetically.
It's essentially like I want to make a like barrier or something. Like all these spells arise from like a need.
Yeah, you don't need to know the name of the spell, is what he's saying.
Okay.
Yeah, you really don't need
So
to
I
know
could
anything about the
just
spell.
be like, if like say someone was injured and I'm like, oh god, I don't know what to do, just heal him, and then it'll like just do that, or like choose a random
Yeah,
healing spell or something.
essentially, you
Okay.
kind of, it's more about, because it's like magic school. It's like you have a base, you gain a base knowledge of how to work with magic,
hmm
and there are there are different ways of doing that. Because with a wizard, it's all knowledge. With a sorcerer, you're like, oh, blood. With a warlock, you say, please, daddy, may I have a bit of power today.
Yeah.
So it's not all the exact same like checks. Like it's and yeah, with like things that are like more. I was kind of thinking about this, like about like things like cure wounds and stuff, because those aren't really like arcane.
No.
As a taken off.
I mean, your system's kind of malleable and intuitive and like narrative based anyway, so it's kind of a little bit flexible.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, you can cast things like that. You also have people like Bali, who once he shows up, his focus is also a bit druidic in nature, because he got a nut. Marcus's is a bit divine. Oh, there's Phil.
What up, dog?
Oh no, I saw him shake his head.
He looks pretty smooth, no choppiness.
Not yet.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Nice. It's a good sign. Okay, my D&D Beyond's loading. Nice. Okay. Hey, buddy. I just have to find how to get into your game. New link. All right, let's see.
Yeah, it's your uncle. That's Ryan.
I don't scare the kid.
Yeah.
He's not old enough to know who he should really fear.
Yeah.
Don't make me bring up the Meyer story, Ryan.
Hey, Carter. No, they know the Meyer story.
Okay.
Hey, Carter. My campaign has a thing called a kid count.
I'll watch him when he hits 18.
All right, Dinor. Activate the webcam.
Okay. I do not have an orange shirt this time.
Oh my
But it is
god,
dark.
what a failure.
It is dark red.
Oh, the fabled red light in the background. It's been so long. I love it.
The last star in the sky.
Yeah. in the abyss that Dinor lives in. Love it.
It must be cold.
That's just like the last remnant of light in his world.
Seriously, can you just like send me what's your address, Dinor?
Listen, he's explained this to you too many times. Light is his enemy.
It really is.
Dude, even if it's like
No, he can stay this way in my campaign. This is a safe place for Dinor.
not in my game.
When you go to Pathfinder, you're gonna have to use the Carl light.
Well, you see, the thing is, since your map has so much white in it, you can actually see me a lot better here.
Yeah, because
yeah,
I mean that's gonna be common. There's gonna be a lot of snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not making a snow map just so I can see you.
Carl's like, let me just put some shadows here, and then he like in his mind he sees your face just disappear.
Carl, what you can do to make it so you can always see him is I have all my backgrounds set to black. You could just set all your backgrounds to white.
True.
Oh.
Okay, this is what happens if I go to the background.
Yeah, Shivers thought he lived with the abyss.
Exactly. I was but a student.
Yeah.
Molded by it.
Yeah.
Man, there's so many
Change the name of
clicks.
his dark patron to Dinor.
I know.
It's just like he's like, oh please,
Wait, so
like, powerful abyss. I
are all
need
of
your
these,
strength. What up, dude?
What up, dog?
Thumbs up.
The answer to your question, Dinor, is yes. All of those clicks have NPCs in them. There's a lot of NPCs in this game.
No, I mean, are all of the journal entries like the player written? Like this is what the players know?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. There's even ones for like recap notes if you need help, which is cool.
Session recap.
Yeah.
At first, when I thought week 1, I thought that meant like just the real life week, like this is just one session, and they see like a bunch.
No, I realize how long that's gonna be if there's one for all of them. So I'm like, these have to be in folders, and eventually there'll be a folder for the folders.
I like your pizza racket, Carl.
It's a good pizza rocket. All right.
You
All
want
right.
the full
Now that
display?
everyone's here, I'm gonna pee and I'll get ready.
You want the full display?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's go one by one. Border. Balloons.
Bless
Cake.
you.
Rabbit. Rabbit with hearts.
Holy shit.
7. Candles. Hat.
I was waiting for the hat.
Is
Yeah.
this for your niece or something?
Gift. Gift 2. If I need coffee. And then if I actually need to go somewhere or something. So.
I like it.
My buddy had his son really likes streamers and streaming, and so for his birthday he set up like a camera in his living room and made it like he was a streamer, and a bunch of the people from our WoW guild showed up to like watch him stream. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so I decorated my camera to feedback that.
So halflings sound like George Bush.
Yeah, of course.
You what you said there was a statement, not a question.
I don't know what he sounds like, man. I'm gonna be honest.
Carl. Dino needs a George Bush impression.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I don't speak halfling.
How have you?
Weapons of mass destruction. Oh, you know, that's more like Obama.
He's
You
like,
say that.
well, you go backwards by going forward.
It's like
That was pretty good.
it's like a deer
Honestly.
staring at a fan.
It's going to be one of those regional things. These halflings are like George Bush. Maybe on another continent, they're like Obama or Nixon or something.
Reagan, sleepy.
They're presidential.
Reagan, sleepy. Reagan, smash.
I like to think that
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
I like to think that even if the halflings are speaking common, that's just like their accent.
Mhm.
So, yeah, and if you need to, if the music is too loud or too quiet, right click on BirdBot and you can change his volume for yourself. The bot is how I play the music. All right, let's see. Any other things we know before we go into the Giga recap? Oh, yeah. So, new characters will always get inspiration on their first session. So, Mr. Nick, Mr. Dinor, your characters get inspiration.
Easy money.
Carl, you also will automatically get inspiration. Or I should just say Tundra. For you, I'll say Tundra. You don't know their characters yet, though. You get inspiration because you ran and finished a campaign. So,
Oh, thank you.
congrats.
It was worth it. That for this one inspiration.
The long con.
Yeah, it's gonna. He's like, finally, I
man.
get my inspiration.
That's why you wanted to
No,
end
that
it
was
so quick.
that was
Yeah.
that was real fun stuff.
Damn, all this favoritism. I gotta run campaigns.
Yeah, when I finish with your cock, I'll
Yeah,
I'll give you
absolutely.
inspiration.
Yeah.
If it doesn't already
Yeah.
give you inspiration.
Yeah, you beat me to that one.
All right, Bali, Marcus, Shivers, roll them up.
All right, Shivers, show me what it's like.
I have syrup on my hands.
Damn.
So I got a 9. I don't want to touch my keyboard. No.
All right, 3 inspirations. Well, if you want to let Carter roll one for you too, Marcus. See if we can do it back to back.
Oh my
He's,
god.
That's alright. He's distracted with something else.
With
Okay.
prodigy.
To re-roll Carter is the inspiration.
This Russian winter, man. This music,
Brings you back.
my heart.
Takes us back.
This was like our theme song for the first like 3 games.
All right, so well, I guess I'll ask when Phil's back too. All right, so do you all want the Giga recap, the everything recap?
Yeah.
I made it. I shortened it a lot, but I figured there's a lot of random shit going
If you
on.
have one prepared, then by all
I
means.
do have one prepared. I have it in my OneNote called Big Recap.
When you say everything, you mean like since session 1?
Yeah. Huh?
Oh boy, it's movie night.
Take us back to Morsa.
All right. Well, this is going to be not too descript. All right. By the contract of the Archivist Order, and after dealing with some issues on the small island of Rigning, the group of Ronzo the Leonin, Tundra the Halfling, and some others got on a boat to Morsa, heading for Verifton. Heading the boat, was the halfling Day, who was intent on slaying the Graknork. Sadly, he found it. After the incident, Ronzo woke to the sight of an old frozen diving suit which called itself Shiver Me Shivers. Shiver Me Shivers. The two were split in a blizzard, and Ronzo found himself knocked out by two large warriors clothed in brass and gold. Ronzo is found by the human Marcus and the Loxodon Bali, an odd pair. These people met up in Verifton and met Lord Archivist Ember, a rather exhausted Fire Ganassi. The group agreed to take a contract for a hefty sum to find the body of one of the founding deans of the Arcane School of Syzygy. The kicker to this was that the group would stay under the radar and not let anyone know that they worked for the Archivist Order. On this day, the think tank was formed. The think tank stayed at a sticky inn before getting their arcane foci and school uniform. After passing an entrance test and meeting some odd faces in town, the think tank found their dorm at the School of Transition, as well as Tundra, who had been found outside town, caught in a magical coma that plagues the land. The group ended up speaking to an old ghost who guards the crypts and offered the think tank what he knew of the theft, as well as an old broken amulet. The think tank prepared for school by meeting some teachers and school faculty, including a choking bear, an ogre, and a dwarf. They went to an orientation where they found out that illusion magic is strictly banned on campus, as is the School of Realization where it is taught. The school, as well as the town, is also very much against druidic magic. Afterwards, the group got a lot of help from the famed Foglet Taggybags, who identified a world's worth of magic items.
Yes.
And I think there's a list of that in the Session 5 recap. The think tank started school getting flung off a building, tearing off a thug's face, and learning some basic forensics with pickles. The think tank settled in, taking some extra time to do extracurricular tasks. After a boring class, a strange man in gray stone armor was seen following a giant mole. The group then went to a nice class called Fractomancy. Bali got interrogated by the deans of the school, and Shivers and Ronzo were asked to get the heart of a greater fiend.
Yup.
Most of the think tank attended the class of Norin, a strange man who was able to grow his hair back with magic. The think tank went north for a trip to some ruins, battling zombies and mutant tritons. The group came back with more questions than answers. Also, Ronzo is branded with lasers. The think tank got back home and had their rest cut short by the bullywug Mudglug.
Oh, God.
Who begged for the think tank's help to save his friends Glit Glop and Shoop, who are in the off-limits School of Realization. The school turned out to be very unreasonable, and a black hole ended up taking the life of Ronzo. The think tank left the school to recuperate at the local inn. The group got a couple of new friends very quickly. A small shadow by the name of Ronzo Jr., and a strange artificer by the name of Valret Fizzbubble, a gnome who is studying the group's amulet, which they now know is an amulet of proof against detection and location. Still broken. The think tank went to their next class, meeting their teacher, Oracle Janish, a chubby Goliath who took a bit too much leaf. Janish gave the group the rest of the day to prepare to help him with a job in Dellen. In our most recent session, the entire group split, each going their own way. Marcus went to a temple filled with magical darkness, where he met an old man named Decreel, who explained to Marcus why he no longer follows Diel. Decreel also asked Marcus the lengths he'd go to defeat the Paper Man. Tundra went to see Ustalos about making a headstone for Ronzo. Tundra explained the death of Ronzo, and Ustalos told Tundra about the dean of the school, Darmon, and told Tundra that he was once a teacher there. He also explained a little bit about the dark magic of graviturgy, a form of magic using souls to manipulate the properties of mass. Also, Tundra and Ustalos. Redacted.
Yeah. Black.
Valric went to look up the history of Dellin, the town that Janish is planning to take the group. Bali sought the help of the animals of Morsa and asked a murder of crows to help him find out who stole the body. Bali also asked a bunny and an elk for help, trying to ask for its eyes. The guards of the Quicksilver screen were not happy about Bali and took his pine cone and gave it back to him in a locked box. I think Bali was the most unlucky that session.
You are the protectors of this place.
Shivers scared a student of the suspicious Mad Mountaineers in a bear trap and frightened them into revealing to him that they had been in the School of Realization before. Everyone then returned to their room, Tundra with horrible wounds. Marcus, blaming himself for what happened, destroyed his conspiracy board in front of everyone before falling asleep to the magical sounds of seagulls. And the last note I have is, animals do not know what climbing gear is. I also have...
Yeah. Who knows?
As for the list of MacGuffins,
Yeah, list.
I figured
The arrow.
this would be a good reminder
Mm-hmm.
because there's a lot of random crap floating around.
For sure. I love it.
You have a scroll case that Foggy is examining. That scroll case is also what saved Shivers from being destroyed in the same manner as Ronzo. Triz is examining the sickle fragments that Ronzo gave her, the ones that created the abomination. Bali has a magical pine cone locked in a case. Shivers and Tundra each have unopened letters. Tundra has a soul conduit, that orb you took from the dead mayor of Rigning. And Valric has the broken amulet of proof against detection and location. All right, before we start, it's been a while. Do any of you have questions? Need a reminder of anything?
I'm just trying to remember what we're doing.
Dude, I know. I know.
So we really do need to kind of create a lot of plans, but we also have to show up to school, so a lot
Exactly,
of that is, yeah.
So we don't get kicked out.
Mhm.
So only one of us can go look for shit, and everybody else has to go to school, or I don't know.
Well, today we're gonna be going to the town or whatever.
Yup.
That's our big agenda school item.
Right.
Yeah,
we're
so
trying to
you're
figure
big-
out which group knows the most about.
Yeah, we definitely are trying to tie up realization, the school of realization, leads that we've got going on. Definitely Mad Mountaineers, or we have more questions for.
Extra sus.
We did get a tidbit of information about confrontation having something to do with
The amulet.
yeah, that.
It was the amulets and the alarm spell.
Maybe they knew how to get past the magic.
Ustalos had explained that the spell, while simple enough for a lot of wizards to know, was prior to him doing it, was done by the last Dean of Confrontation, Fixin.
So just so Dino or Nick know, if they don't already, the whole reason we're here at this school is we're undercover and we're commissioned by Lord Ember to figure out who took what was his name? Crim's body from the crypt. He was one of the founders of the school of Transition, yeah.
It's the only thing we don't have leads on. And
You
It's our only
basically
job
asked
to-
everybody,
Yep.
and it's really hard to ask without looking suspicious or like
Yeah.
overly curious.
Yeah.
And
But the best lead we have is the amulet so far, and a lot of context clues about talking to Ustalos, the keeper of the place, and the ghost, and kind of just understanding that the people who took the body were like great. They,
Yeah.
yeah,
they
yeah.
knew everything about like how it was, locked away and how to get past it.
Mhm.
We ended last session going to bed, right?
Oh yeah.
That
Mhm.
is
Oh,
correct.
yeah.
And we
It was,
might we
it
might
was a
have more
perf-
information this morning if Tundra feels like sharing.
Yeah, from our beautiful chalkboard that the chalk has been returned to. Let's see if the blood
It
is.
no longer desires blood.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Ember told you why it's like that too.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a
Seems-
lot of stuff.
Like a
It's-
DnD.
I mean, it's because it's all in one place. It's just going to keep stacking. It's like one of those burgers you can't fit in your mouth.
All right, 2 seconds.
Delicious.
Yeah. No worries.
That's why I love running cities and stuff, because it just like the lore just keeps building.
The people that stole the body. It was a professional heist.
Yeah, and they're gonna do
Yeah,
some
they had
bad
their,
stuff with
like-
it.
They had all their guys. They had their demolitions expert. They had their
Yeah.
hacker. They
The computer guy.
Mhm.
The
the
van
guy.
guy.
I can just imagine like it wouldn't be too far fetched either with how ridiculous things have been. If there's just like yeah, I saw this strange thing like parked. It was like a wagon but made of steel.
It was advertising a plumbing business.
Wouldn't that be some crazy twist in a fantasy
We don't even
game?
have plumbing.
Yeah.
Like for like 50% of the game it's all fantasy, and then randomly you just see a truck. And you're like, wait, is the DM just like losing his mind? You're like, no, there's a truck there. It's like we're about to go on the arc of
It
like
would've been-
Terminator time travelers.
It'd be
This
so
is a
good
simulation.
too if like you saw it and then it just drove away and like it literally never mentioned
No,
it.
it just
Comes
it
from
drives
from
off,
this-
and you try and tell people like there's like a self-driving wagon. Everyone's like, "You fucking idiot!" It's like, yeah, there's smoke coming out the back of it. Like, I don't believe it.
Yeah. Then you're looking at the
Use a
DM.
truck. You have magic. Like, like what it means.
You're like, out of game. Did I see a truck? Dude's like, yeah.
I used detect magic. There's nothing there. It just works.
Yeah.
Maybe you
Detect
cast the
mechanical
spell.
engineering.
Maybe you cast the spell wrong. No.
Yeah, it's some strong magic. Flies under the radar.
Oh, and by the way, I wanted to recap so they knew what like each of the schools were, and like our new players here.
Yeah, you can tell them what you want.
So there's the school of transition, which is like how things can like change. Everything can change in the house or whatever. That's where we reside in our dorms, where we get to pick. There's realization, which is like the ghost school. Or sorry, realization is the one we're not allowed to go into. Yeah. That shut down because the dean of that school was a murderer. He did some awful shit. I don't remember. But then there's reflection, right?
You can read on the map.
Let me zoom out.
let me
There's
zoom
resolution,
out
which is
here.
the ghost undead part, and they talk to the dead and like
Conjuration
shit.
and divination. Are
Yeah.
down there.
No, it's
And there's
necromancy and divination.
Sure.
And there's confrontation, which is like the fighting school. Everybody tries to kill each other, and it's like all about combat and
Abjuration and something.
Evitation.
And then comprehension is like where that's where the library is if you want to go there and read shit. And then they're all about being smart, they know stuff.
Obviously not us. Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah. All right. So last we left off, you went to sleep to the beautiful sounds of the ocean, seagulls, just that nice sound of spray Start off with something different. Tundra, you are asleep. Utterly asleep. You know you're asleep. It is dark. Just blank. You start to see this fire apparate in front of you. This familiar kind of purple magenta flame. You've seen in the eyes of so many now. Only now it apparates fully. In somewhat familiar form, it's kind of this almost blurry, like humanoid form. Why do you do this to me, Tundra?
Who's that?
Oh, you know who it is. I've been here all along. Why do you need all these things, all these people? Why am I never enough for you?
Yeah, I look around. Can I see somebody?
Yeah, you see, it's these flames. They kind of form the
Oh,
shape of a person. They speak to you. These eyes, just like endless spirals.
Is this a dream? 'Cause I know I'm asleep.
Oh, close enough. I'll make things a bit more comfortable for you.
Oh,
As
I'm fine.
your eyes pop open, you see standing in front of you is Valric with this horrible, horrible grin on his face. His eyes filled with this purple flame. As you are completely unable to move, you can barely utter a word. Sleep paralysis. As he digs around in your stuff and he pulls out a familiar brick. And he holds it, he looks at it. To see if I can lower this a bit. Why do you have to keep finding all these new friends? It could have just been you and me. Why do you need him? Don't worry. We're on the same team, Tundra. You and I. As Valric takes out this broken amulet, he wraps it around your brick. And he puts it gently back in your bag. If you need me, you can count on me. All you need is ask. I have some things to do. I think I'll borrow this one for just a little while. Sleep well, Tundra, as he goes up and closes your eyes. As you hear his very soft footsteps walk out.
I don't
The
sleep.
rest of you.
Do I hear that? Cool.
You hear seagulls, a lot of seagulls.
And I'm loving it so much.
Yep. The rest of you. These gifts you were given kind of start to fade. The sound of ocean waves and seagulls fade as the kind of soft, distant sounds of seagulls, when they're high pitched, start to turn into the more familiar caws. As Bali, you awake instantly when this sound wears off. You hear "Rah! Rah!" as you start to hear crows, numerous. As
Oh, give it a rest, won't you?
Hallelujah.
as the rest of you wake up, this board starts scratching.
I start fucking flipping my shit.
Tundra.
I grab for my brick.
Yeah, the moment you can, you snap out of it. Your brick is there,
Where is it? Where is it?
wrapped in this amulet.
I'm gonna fucking kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill him. I search for Valric.
Yeah, you like go around. The first thing you do is open the door to the snowy outside. There are no footsteps.
I turn around. Where's Valric? Wake the fuck up. Where's Valric?
Shivers sits straight up, legs still straight, just sits up. Bali, Marcus, wake up. Tundra be needing
Rose.
us.
The crows have done that already.
Where is Valric?
Oh, I.
Who's
So
Valric?
it would be weird that Shivers would not have seen him leave because he was in the room. Can I make like a any kind of roll to have noticed maybe when the song stopped?
Yeah, roll me like a straight investigation. Maybe
Investigation.
survival for like,
Oh man, in the spirit of Tim, I want it to be survival.
Yeah. For Tim.
I'm fucking rolling it.
And if Phil, if you really don't remember, Valric was Tim's gnome.
Ah, Fizzy Bubble.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Fizzy.
his first name.
Okay. Yeah, it's Fizzy.
Can I unwrap my brick?
Yeah. He
Okay.
just kind of like, it's like putting a necklace around something.
Cool.
He just
I
gave
took
it
that
to you.
fucking thing outside.
Yeah, you throw the old amulet into the snow. Shivers, let's see. Yeah, no, it stopped not too long ago.
Hey, it was in.
It's probably like 20 odd minutes.
Okay. Hey, was enjoying the music, and then it stopped about 20 minutes ago or so.
Yeah, and Tundra, when you throw that amulet outside, you notice the snow, while untouched by footprints, there have been many crows around. You kind of like go out, they're kind of cawing over the edge of the rooftop. There's a few coins in the snow. As there's just this endless cacophony, and students, anyone walking by at this time, just like takes a look at the think tank's dorm.
I slowly close the door.
Yeah, already well known. Now you have clearly marked yourself. By the way, so if you don't remember, you have disadvantage on stealth checks on the school grounds. Survival and investigation checks made to track you on school grounds have advantage. And now, against Most students, some faculty even, you have advantage on intimidation because you are the bad boys.
What be out there? What
I'm
did you
gonna-
see, Tundra?
I'm gonna go
Bro.
outside the door and I casted Goodberry before I went to sleep.
Yep. You have 20 good berries.
I'm going to start tossing them in various directions outside away from our dorm.
Yeah, so the moment you go outside, this cacophony erupts, like doubling in volume. As you throw these good berries, the swarm flies in numerous directions and starts just flying around with these good berries, just this cloud.
We don't have much time. We need to get going.
What kind of hellish sound be outside? What be happening? Like-
They're with us.
Shivers gets out of bed as
yeah.
fast as he can. It's so slow.
Polly, there is money on the ground.
Is this what you
Ollie.
did in the woods?
Polly has made friends.
There's money, some kind of like forks and spoons, various
If-
like small things, a paperweight.
They've come bearing gifts.
Where is Valric?
Who is Valric?
The tiny little one.
The gnome.
Where is Fizzy?
Oh,
You guys notice Fizzy's missing.
aye, Fizzy be missing. Ah, so be your brains. Snap out of it. Ah, we're under attack. What kind of monster? And I'm gonna slowly make my way over to the window to look out and see the crazy crow.
Yeah, no, when
Madness.
he threw the good berries, if you've ever thrown food out for a whole flock of birds, it becomes a cloud.
Yeah.
The ones that aren't flying are squawking right at Bali. And the volume has increased.
Okay, I'm gonna go back inside so nobody sees it, but I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Yeah.
Can you unpause it so I can?
Oh.
Actually, I don't even know if I need you to. For some reason, I don't see it on here. There it is. All right. For some reason, it didn't put the description. That's weird. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals and then go back outside and try to.
Round 2, fight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
You hear hundreds of voices. Food, shiny. Watch. Eyes.
And I'm just gonna say to them as I'm cawing back. During school hours, you must stay outside the school and watch. Keep it down, or no more berries.
Down. As the
No.
flock lands.
Do not caw or make noise.
No noise.
No food if you make noise. Unless I ask you to.
Their eyes widen. And they stop cawing. All kind of landed on the ground. Just this it's almost like you're talking to your own little assembly or class of crows.
Yes. Tame them.
As
Looking out for Hitchcock
Molly.
movie.
What have you done?
oh,
Have you told them to
Lost Nick.
look for the Mad Mountaineers?
I originally told them to keep watch for anything suspicious or any leads, and they may have taken it a little too far.
I
told them
imagine
to Be
The
quiet.
Mountaineers might have lots of shiny things on their person, as with the climbing equipment.
Yeah, Bali. Here, like look around, and there's just an occasional few cars like food, shiny.
Mhm.
Watch. Nick,
You
are you still
want-
there?
I'm still here.
Maybe if they find shiny things.
My audio is having issues, so I'm trying to disable some of the videos and see if that's gonna fix it. I just
Got
switched my internet recently, and it.
Yeah, got it.
Rather have sound.
I
than
just
video.
want to make sure you could hear
I
everything.
understand. No. Yeah, I'm just gonna talk to him and be like,
Tell them to find who has the most shiny. It could be the Mountaineers.
Shiny.
it could be a bad idea.
I mean, it's better than them being here.
I turn to them. If you want more food, find those with the shiny on their backs.
Dude,
Fine.
why don't you just send them into
Shiny.
the building, the resolution building? Just like peck out all the windows.
Swarm the resolution building. Okay.
Bali.
It's a little meta.
Can you roll me an animal handling?
No, that was in character. Just
Oh, that was good.
Dude, just send them to the resolution building. Get them out of here.
That's so awesome. I'm gonna talk to Tundra about Valric as soon as, or while they're out doing that, of course. But
Just
Yeah.
automatically rolled that. That's not what I rolled. Sorry, I didn't have
Okay.
any rolls on.
Oh, I see.
I got a 13 on the die.
So 17. You say that, and the whole flock, without a further caw, takes off.
I guess we'll see what they come up with.
You're like so hesitant. Like you're like, I have no good like feelings about this. Like, anything positive can come from this.
Why didn't you tell us you were summoning in like an army of birds?
It was not Polly's intention. Polly was trying to get the forest folk to help us. It didn't go well.
It looks like it worked fine.
I'm sorry I said you didn't have a brain, Bali. That was a mighty fine idea.
You know what doesn't have a brain? That you think might?
Roads.
Elk. They're not the smartest creatures. I was unaware.
Oh, you don't say.
What's on the docket today, Marcus?
Well, I believe Valric stole from us, right? Tundra?
We don't. Yeah, focus. Valric is not here. We just lost a member of our party.
Perhaps
And
he's
he
with
wrapped
Fizzy.
my brick.
What do you?
He what?
He
How do
wrapped my
you-
brick up.
Why?
I don't know. He wrapped it in that.
Also,
Whatever, it's in the snow.
did you see him go? Shivers.
I should
said
have.
no.
I should have seen him. Nothing can escape these holes.
I point to all the little portholes.
You did have a fascination with your brick.
Did he make it any better?
You figure out who the paper man is?
It's a long story.
Likewise.
Damn.
Well, all I'm saying is if he did steal from us, by pirate code we can keelhaul him. Just wanting it to be known.
What is keel hauling?
Keel haul?
Aye. You be
What
drug
is that?
behind the boat.
What boat? We need to find a boat so we can do this.
Not again.
Not again.
Alright, first we find Valric, then we find a boat, then we keep
I get to do this. All right.
Yeah,
They
you look
steal
beh-
from us.
Does this feel or smell magical? And I hold my brick out
To who?
to Ollie.
Does it smell magical?
Perception.
Smells like a brick.
Yes, I think so.
Is it magical?
I have detect magic. and
Yes.
I will use
I would
it.
need it. I need to know if he did something to it.
You hit, okay, you
I will cast detect magic. Somehow.
detect magic. Among the many numerous things that are magical around here. You can't exactly smell magic, but you can detect it. Tundra,
From the brick, I just.
your brick is magical.
Oh my god. This is like a. I feel like I'm on Mari. Like I'm the father.
Dude, no joke. I was not expecting that.
Can you get rid of it? Not the magic.
Get rid of the magic.
Answer
Make
me.
it a normal brick.
Bali
Uh,
doesn't know.
What do you get rid of? I don't. We don't even know what it does. Maybe Foggy has the foggiest of ideas.
So, on your board for today, you have two classes lined up. The second, which just says Talon with Janish. The first says Myth and Menagerie. A class in the School of Comprehension.
All right.
Before we leave, I would like to tell you that I am sorry. I don't believe I was giving our task the 100%. I may have been using it as a cover to find the paper man, but I don't need to do that anymore. So I apologize. I'm giving you 100% of my efforts now.
Is he is he genuine? Can I make a check?
You can make an insight.
This is great news, Marcus.
I've heard fewer bold statements in my life. So moving.
Yeah, you think he's being genuine. You kind of, I mean, you went to bed early last night, but you could kind of hear like the breaking and like the short tantrum that took place.
A little bit.
That you can't tell if he's stable necessarily, but
You don't need to apologize to us, Marcus. You've been just as helpful as we have.
Aye, everything's been rather easy so far, so now I can only imagine how easy it'll be.
I don't even know what that means.
at least you're not doing what Tim did last session and saying he'll live forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a self-jinxing 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tank. Do you want to head to your class? Do you want to play hooky? Up to y'all.
Oh, I wanted to read what I had in my notes, because I just looked at them, like the last 3 entries. So, back when I went to the library, it says, I like met this guy named Kellis from Alpine Echoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he was looking for a book about kingdoms or giants for some reason.
Hmm.
And then I found a book, and it was about Krim, Prelkanar, and someone named Pelethar. Pelethar was Krim's mentor. There was drawings of large, smooth-faced coral stone with lots of holes, and it mentions another spell used by him called the Pale Servant. It mentions travel and teleportation and conjuration. And the body was stolen 11 days ago. Kellis was in town at the time. He knows Brigelt, which is like in his clique, was drinking herself silly. The body went missing and everyone was interrogated. Brigelt's drunken stupor made them look suspicious.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
That sounds about right.
That's so much good information. Hell yeah,
What?
thank you for reiterating.
Yeah. So you're saying, okay, so Alpine Echoes was implicated because of.
She was also
Okay.
at the time when Ronzo drank all the weird drinks at 12 Brother Sister Beards. That was the dwarf who was enjoying herself drinking horrible things.
So yeah, they looked. I don't know what that was about, but
That's
Yeah,
a
so-
suspect for the theft. We have like a suspect. And what's the name of the person who was in town?
Brigelt. The whole clique was in town.
Oh. I
Because
see.
Kellis and let me
Yeah.
find the name of the other one.
They're right at the top of clicks, by the way.
Okay. Kellis and Krax were at the inn. Brigelt kind of went on a drunken stupor around and had no alibi.
I see.
That is what
Um,
Kellis told Polly.
I
okay.
was trying to find the thing you can do, like school schedule. Here we go. Okay, so you can take a long block or sure, right. Did it say what class we had today?
Yep. So your first class is called Myth and Menagerie.
Mm-hmm.
Full comprehension.
Yep. And your
do
second
wanna-
one. Oh, sorry. As I say, your
Good.
second one is with Janish.
Janish.
Yep. The
Right,
Oracle.
Oracle
Yep.
out in the town, I imagine.
Got it.
I do want to tell you guys I'm besides the headstone for Ronzo, Ustalos, he said he knew the guy from Resolution.
Realization.
Whatever.
Murderous Dean.
Yeah, and he knew him earlier, and he also had a bone to pick with him and wanted to avenge Bronzo's death just as much as we did. So it might be worth looking into.
This is also great news.
That
I'm
be what I
sure
meant.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll help us with no strings attached.
Let us go before we become more suspicious.
So do we have a short block in between classes, right? And then a long one after the second one?
No, in between classes is kind of like an intermediate thing. Like you can do very short things.
Okay.
You have 2 classes, which count as long blocks if you skip them, a long block, and a short block.
Okay.
Which, because Janish also said that you would be heading out of town with him, which likely means you will not have the time for those long and short blocks. That's kind of like, that's the schedule for like a normal school day, which will probably...
Bali thinks a few of us should go to class. Just to keep up appearances, but also keep an eye on the Mountaineers.
Do you know what class they're having?
Probably assumed they were in our classes.
It's possible.
It is possible, just not guaranteed.
But are you saying that some of us could get some groundwork covered in other areas, per se, during school time?
At least done it.
I'm not opposed.
Probably's already on thin ice, so we don't know if we should continue or go to class.
I don't think you should go to class. If you show up to class and that your flock shows up to class, that's not great.
Speaking of which, my eyes are old. Does anyone see if they're clumping up in an area in the sky?
I'll give it a good look.
Gonna peek out.
Do you like bend
Yeah,
backwards, like
You look out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make you do a check. It's pretty. There's like the average light snow. The crows are kind of flying around. Most have found like trees to land in. Like they don't want to be flying all day.
Yeah.
They're on top of buildings, on top of trees. Word has spread, Bali. It's a few more crows than. It's a few more crows than yesterday.
I've got good news and bad news. The good news is they've stopped swarming. The bad news is it looks very suspicious.
And for Nick, who went to high school with me, do you remember the big flocks of crows that were around Pioneer?
Yes.
It's pretty much like that outside. Like they are in all the trees. If a branch falls near them, there will be like a big cloud of them moving around.
Crows are one of the few birds that I respect.
Prepare to change
Alright.
that. Yeah. No, I'm sure they're
Alright.
phenomenal.
Well, so if Bali doesn't go to class, what should we focus on?
you should stay out of the woods and maybe I don't know, what's our first line of business?
We have so
took-
many.
They took Bali's pine cone. That would be nice.
What's it?
It's
In a box.
what? What?
It's important to us.
Aye. The pine cone that we found in the cave,
Yes.
in the chest,
Hmm.
that was magically cooled. Where is it now?
The guards took it.
You,
Bali tried to leave into the woods.
they gave it.
They gave
Well,
it back to you, didn't they?
Yeah, they
You know,
gave
I
it
thought you
back.
said they,
It's in a
I thought you-
box.
They locked
You
it
have
up.
the box that the pine cone's in.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you said they took it and then they locked it up or something like that.
they locked it up and gave you the case they locked it in.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
And you were chill with it. You were like, okay, my pine cone's locked in here now to be
No, it
opened
was
at
like-
some undetermined time
No, it was
by
just like-
guards.
It was like I saw it as one of those moments where he's just like after everything, he's like, okay, nothing's working out, and like we locked your pine cone up. He's like, okay, fine.
Oh yeah,
Like,
for sure. It wasn't the worst thing to happen today after talking to the elk. The elk changed your opinion on animals
Okay,
altogether.
That's a good refresher. I remember now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Um,
And nothing was stolen from or by Valric. One thing was given. One thing briefly taken.
I thought that there was like money that he took outside, but I misheard
No, that
that.
is the crows.
I
The
see.
crows dropped some money.
so
They
did
dropped some
we
shiny
already
thing.
Fully tracking
did
now.
we already question confrontation about the amulet at all?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so that's one thing we could do.
Hmm.
Um,
We could like get a hold of the stone dude for the whatever for the armor, because we know that this stone is super good because the scroll case freaking negates and shuts down magic, so that would be really useful. But that's like a side thing. Get the scroll case open would be great. We know some of the things that can get that to happen. Yeah, those are some of the little things. Follow the Mad Mountaineers and just stalk the fuck out of them. I want to do that on one of my days off. Just, they see me in every corner.
Well, probably could go to confrontation and ask about the amulet, or go to class.
Hey,
I don't think you
see.
should go to class. I can go to your class. I'll go to class.
Why not? Why can't we all go?
Because you attract crows.
They aren't going to follow us.
You didn't even know they were going to follow you here.
Bali spoke to them.
This is the best.
Would you like a gold piece? I'll walk over to the pile.
Yeah, you lean down, you start picking up the money. After everything, you're like a little bit fatigued today. Yeah, roll me a D4 and a D10. Don't add them. Bam, almost max. You find 4 gold and 9 silver.
Hell yeah.
God damn.
In addition, if you need a bit of silverware or like a paperweight, there's some of that too.
A fucking paperweight.
Oh, birds, man.
I'll walk back over to Tundra and be like, it's going to be fine. And I hand him a gold piece.
I just start walking to class.
Yeah, so who's all going to class?
Me.
Yeah.
Cool. Bali?
I'll go. Why not?
Okay, yeah. You all head to class. The crows kind of caw at each other. As Bali passes, they quiet a bit. Like, they don't follow. They have their task. You walk into the library, kind of this muffled place, as you find kind of one of these offshoot rooms. You walk into this room, and let's see. The other students who are here, the other cliques, are the Fire Eaters, Northern Lights, Alpine Echo, and the Watchers at Midnight. You kind of see Bali, your friends. They look a bit cagey today. Like they haven't slept in a while. The Watchers at Midnight, they smile and bow as you enter. The Fire Eaters recognize you. The Northern Lights do not.
Yeah.
Um,
What do the Northern Lights look like?
The Northern Lights were in your first class. Let me find. They're kind of dressed in more of like these rags. They don't look like super well off like a lot of the students here. There's a Goliath, an elf, and 2 humans. As you take your seats for this class, as this back door opens, and Bali, the smell instantly overwhelms you. It hits immediately. This like sulfur smell. Like if you've been to like Yellowstone or somewhere with like geothermal activity, it's got like that strong smell to it.
Oh.
As this little kind of old grayed halfling walks out, as she takes out a quill. Ah, welcome to my class. She shuts the door. As
I regret this already.
my name is Amila. Since this is your first class, I will. Let's see, I'll share with you a few quick things. Maybe let out a bit early. As Bali, this. With your elephant trunk, like, you have to, like close it. Just. The rest of you smell it as well. As there's just this strong smell. She starts to write on this board. It's not like a chalkboard, it's paper. As she writes it down with her quill, she starts to move her arms and the ink bends around on the page. Right. So I guess I will start you off with myth. Let me tell you the old tale. Does anyone here know what the cold stone is? Yes.
The best place for ice cream in town.
Yes, it is named after that. But no. Have you been around the town? Have you seen all the pipes? The ones that shoot out the cold air? For those of you who are not from around here, it is said all those pipes lead back to the cold stone. It was not always called that. It was... what was it called? Something... Oh yes, it was... It's the second star. No, the second sun.
I've heard that before.
But we all know that's not true anymore. But what we do know is there, somewhere sleeping deep beneath the earth, is a creation of power. It is being hypothesized that it is the reason for this cold that has overtaken the land. It has also been theorized that it is tied to the famous artificer of this land. Have any of you heard of Gak Gatelin? Yes.
Have I heard of Gakatelin?
Roll me a history. You are from up here.
I'm scrolling back through all of my notes right now. Like, oh my god.
So, what you remember, essentially, that they are an artificer. A lot of... Not a whole lot is known about them. Like, in the sense of, like, what they've done. But what they do know is there are a lot of things that wash ashore, things that have been found, archaeological dig sites. You remember when you visited Foggy, he's talked about the Kabakan. He is closely related to that.
That's what I was looking for in my notes. I was looking so hard for the Kabakon.
That Kabakan creations are tied with the famed Gak Getellan.
Speaking of the Kabakan,
Correct.
Oh, I spelled that way wrong.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll type everything in. I was just remembering. Yes, all the magical firearms, all the remains of old creatures, mechanical gears and crystals. That is him. She goes on to kind of explain a bit about the Kabakan, kind of briefly going over what you've heard about the this ancient civilization that people have kind of dug up, but they've still going. Has kind of been dug up, but while they found a lot of mechanisms, evidence of this group, they have not found they haven't found the evidence of like their main dwellings. Right. Now I would like to share with you something else. She goes up to her board. She takes a while. She takes the quill, starts dragging ink around. She starts to draw as she walks away from the board a little bit, as you see a picture of a wolf. A very familiar wolf to Shivers.
Mm-hmm.
Have any of you heard about the winter wolf?
I'd like to know if I've heard of that.
Yeah, roll me a nature. Shivers, you do not need a check. You have like seen this.
But I still wouldn't
It's-
say that I have. Yeah.
I've become one before, so
You've become a wolf, but not.
It's so
not
bad. I'm
Wither
so
Fang.
sorry.
Yeah.
Bali, you have not seen a winter wolf, but you do know that they are different. That they are not classic beasts of the wild. These are wolves that
Yeah.
that
next level.
They built
Yeah.
different.
they
Uh-huh.
built different. They breathe ice.
Oh shit.
They're more elemental in nature.
Got it.
These creatures have been hunted to near extinction by the return. They still exist and were once revered by them.
Why would the return? Why would they hunt them?
It is what they did when they first formed. Perhaps they are an enemy to their new order. But why I'm showing you this is not for the purpose of just the knowledge of them, although you should beware should you encounter them in the wild. They are not like your normal wolves. They are intelligent. Very intelligent. Not a mere beast, as their outward appearance would suggest. What do you say?
I'm gonna whisper to Bali. You should try speaking to one of those things instead.
Perhaps.
If you happen to see one, I would like for you to, if you could bring it to me, that would be lovely, or share your experience with it. If anyone can bring me evidence of this creature, I will immediately give you my emblem.
Man,
As she holds it out.
that'd be super useful if I had seen one of those.
Anyways,
What is it? Did they talk about where? Did anybody ask where it resides? No, I apologize.
Nobody has yet.
If we could
It's-
bring evidence of a winter wolf's location, or yeah,
I am.
They said that winter wolves are elemental in nature and they breathe ice. And they're smart.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I haven't seen one of those before.
I'm guessing they're just in the wild, like in the woods or something, or
Yes. I am not certain that any still live. But I would like evidence. And perhaps even to offer safety from the return here in Ferifton. Yes, Shivers.
Why, hello there.
Hello.
I was gonna ask what you were planning to do with the wolf, but you managed to answer before I could ask. I'm a bit slow.
Yes, well, as you know, the return are a threat to us all. They've been.
I turned to Marcus while she's saying this, and I'm just like, no, they're not.
They've been attempting to eradicate Verifton ever since their creation. And most likely are responsible for the destruction of some of the 10 towns.
Ollie, one of my eyeballs looks at you when you say that, with like a fire behind it. But the other one is deadpan, doesn't react at all.
This is new Marcus.
There's kind of like a lot of time being passed, kind of.
Yeah.
Making it quick. The class ends. It's like, if any of you find one, remember who to bring it to.
The whole class was her talking about stuff under the ground and wolves.
Aye, this is what I meant by it being easy.
Yeah, no, just making it a short one.
But yeah,
Were the Mountaineers in there? They weren't?
no.
No.
Okay.
But the just to double check, the Watchers at Midnight, they were the clique that wanted they destroy like undead and fiends and stuff like that, ghosts and
Weren't
stuff, right?
they
Jay?
the ones
No,
that
no,
Marcus
no.
made friends with?
Oh,
Yeah.
Those are the
Watchers of the
Hellsingers.
Midnights.
Oh, yeah,
Watchers of the Midnights were the ones that would look into people's past and like read their emotions, and they're all hooded and creepy, and they gave us a book.
Okay, thank you.
They were looking at that dead body to see what he felt like in his past, like when he was alive or something like that.
Yep.
Thank you. Hellsingers were the ones I was thinking about.
Hellsingers. Yep.
Thank
I
you.
think they like asked Shivers his purpose or something.
Mm-hmm.
And some
And he was probably very blunt about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
the class lets off without a hitch. There's not really. Cut it short.
Mhm.
as the four of you are let out. You exit the school. These crows all keeping a very close eye on Bali. You see some of the students look at you, and they give you a bit of extra space.
It wasn't Bali. I think it was the teacher that smelled.
Okay, man. Student gets out of the way. As
Ali, they see you as they fear you.
He's done nothing. Aside from the bear incident.
It's, I think our reputation precedes us in many ways.
I think
Aye.
perhaps you might want to stay closer to the group. Just from now on.
All right. Well,
the group of you heads south out the gates. As kind of waiting at the entrance to Syzygy, you see the familiar Janish. He smiles for a moment. He waves you over. He looks at Tundra, still kind of somewhat marked by his encounter with Ustalos yesterday. I guess it was a bit much to ask to take a rest.
Were we meeting you here? Did you just know?
Well, we were going to meet at the West Gate, but
But you knew. You know, never mind. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Marcus, did you find your visit enlightening?
Yes. In ways I did not anticipate.
Good. Good. He's an interesting man. Come with me. We have a schedule to adhere to. We
This
have to
is-
be somewhere quick.
this is Oracle Janish that teaches expanded senses.
Mm-hmm.
I must have missed that one.
We're going outside the city.
He walks the lot of you to the center of town.
Harden these rusty joints.
I'm trying to keep up.
Hey, Nick, is your internet functioning?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you in the game?
Yes. Do you not see me in the game?
It doesn't show you in the game.
I just had to
maybe I-
refresh because I lost connection, but I don't know about.
Janish walks to the center of town. He starts to look around. It will be just a minute.
What are we looking for again? I'm sorry. It's been...
Hold on. As you start to hear this, like, in the distance, a bit of yelling. And this pitter-patter. As you kind of look through the crowd.
They
Janice
just freaking
just
out.
waits. As sprinting in your direction is this short little fellow, a little kobold. As you see behind him a couple of guards. As Janish, not even looking, outstretches his arm, snatches this kobold up. Nick, would you describe your character?
You see a average-sized kobold with a almost pitch black, but not quite pitch black skin, and a slightly pale yellow belly. He's wearing some leather armor, although it's a little bit worse for wear. And he's got a rat on his shoulder.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. The rat kind of clinging to your shoulders, you're upside down, holding a keg, and a few of these little shish kebabs in your mouth. As this large man looks you face to face, kind of lifting you up. Are you sure you want to eat that?
Do I see a coin purse on him?
God.
No.
Right out the gate. First sentence.
Yeah, exactly. That's beautiful.
You see, on his back is this large kind of pot with these old kind of almost black inlay markings.
So I want to say with my mouth full, it is. How much it cost?
As the two guards run up, they kind of look a bit off. As trailing behind them is another fellow, having a hard time keeping up. Dinor, Gerald, describe yourself.
Gerald.
Yes.
I'm a pretty old-looking dude. Got nice, little bit of a beard, a white beard, a little bit of hair on the head, and balding, but some of it's still there. Just wearing regular clothes. Just kind of look pretty just like your average old man. However, I imagine as I see the think tank, I probably clear my throat, slick back my hair. I just put a more more purpose in my step on my way over.
Dope.
As
You're human?
Yeah, I'm a human.
Old ass human.
as Gerald, for over 30 minutes now, you have been trying to keep up, chasing down this little kobold. Today you thought maybe you would cook for the guard. A good opportunity to expand your craft, but it's happened before, and it will likely happen again. The guards got a little sick. You've been chasing down this little kobold, trying to prevent him from sharing the same fate.
Aw.
As these two guards, they shake their head and they look at you still upside down mincemeat. You should count yourself lucky. As one of them takes the keg out of your arms.
Well, when he does that, can I try to use a sleight of hand to use my tongue to... You said it was a kebab, right?
Yeah.
Can I use my tongue to try to like stealthily slide like some of the food off of the kebab?
Sleight of tongue.
Yeah, sleight of tongue.
Yeah, you
Sick.
you eat a bit of it. The guard, he... Yeah, roll me a sleight of hand. Why not?
Okay. Do you mind if I do that in D&D Beyond? Or do you want me to do that in Foundry?
I'd prefer it in game.
Still in Foundry. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
It gives us a log to go back to.
okay. Oh, there's... Oh, okay.
As you
Yeah,
quickly...
Oh, no,
if you click the die on the left, you can turn on manual rolls for the future.
Yeah. As this guard... Oh yeah, I should help you with settings later if you need it. This guard kind of... You quickly gulp down a kebab. This guard looks at your mouth after a moment. He looks at the kebabs. I'm gonna be sick. As
If you don't
There's
want, I'll take.
they just kind of limp off with their keg.
What is going on here?
Wait, did they
I was
take
about
the
to ask the same
kebabs,
question.
or did they leave the kebabs with me?
They left you the kebabs,
I devour them.
Gerald. It is too late.
So did you say that I was like coming to try and stop him from eating it so that because the other guys are getting sick?
Yeah, this is
Mhm.
bad food.
I see. I'm okay with it. I'll just let it happen. I think I'm more focused on the others right now.
Yeah, you were chasing this
now.
kobold, but now the think tank is in front of you.
I'm trying to act cool.
Hell yeah.
I'm also gonna feed just a tiny bit of the meat to my rat.
All right.
As one does.
As running over,
Yeah, what's going on here?
Janice looks down at you. 1 second, there's still more. As sprinting down the street, like lightning speed, someone who Bali knows very well has held his face to the ground, is Tifley, the Gitzerai head of guard. As she runs over and looks at Janice. I will be taking that, teacher. Do not worry, ma'am. This is the school's responsibility. Syzygy will deal with this. Like you've dealt with so many other things. And you, looking at mincemeat, you perpetuate the stagnancy of this land.
No, I develop. I innovate.
No. You are the reason everything will stay the same. should be more like
everything
this
will
friend.
change.
You should be more like this student. Possibly the one student at Syzygy who's attempted to perpetuate change.
Pointing at.
As pointing at Gerald.
Really?
I just like adjust my my collar and just straighten my back. I smile like him.
You are a good seed.
Yes, thank you.
Eventually, you will grow into man.
Hey, boy!
I
We did not have
I try my
sexual
best.
relations. Oh.
That's so good. This is Eddie
I-
2.0. Hell
I
yeah.
try my best. Really, it's more of an honor for me than it is for you.
You should watch out. Be
Of course.
wary being seen with these people. As she looks at Mince and then looks at Bali.
Aren't you a bit old to be the best student? Or is that what
Oh.
it takes?
Seems he has years to have perfected it, is all.
Age is wisdom. And she looks at you again, Mincemeat. If you do this again, there will be repercussions. For both of you, looking back at Janice.
What kind?
The kind that you will not like. As she takes off in the other direction.
I expected him to
Slowly-
be like, I love repercussions.
I'm gonna slowly take the brick out of my pack and turn and look directly in the eyes of Gerald. Have you seen my dad?
Would I know who his dad is? Since they're famous?
No.
No. Okay.
This is someone you are meeting for the first time asking you.
Yeah, but you know the think tank has a they're kind of famous, right? So I didn't.
Yeah, they have a reputation, but it's kind of like imagine like you've seen the popular kids like around. You haven't like met them. You don't know them personally.
No, I don't think I have. I'm sorry.
Tundra, he doesn't even know who you are.
Dude, I have to ask. The one time
Introduce
I don't.
yourself first.
It's
you
a missed
know?
opportunity.
Hey, you don't have to explain yourself.
This entire time, there is a stoic looking, pure, like perfectly silent, creepy fucking looking diving suit that has just been standing there. That has very well worn like grooves throughout him that look like erosion has just taken hold of his whole body, and he's got like this big ass diving helmet on with multiple holes that illuminate with like a faint white light. Just standing there.
So,
Janice slowly puts down Mince.
so you had us come to the south gate so you could pick up this person.
Person.
Oh. Don't worry. He's yours now.
What do you mean yours? Slavery's been banned for a long time.
Yeah, what do you mean ours?
That's Mince. They are yours as well.
I agree to this. I get more.
Yes.
The two of you, looking at Mince and Gerald. Well, hopefully you'll find what you're looking for. Come with me.
A quick question for you. Which I'm guessing neither of these teachers were the one I knew, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Well, one was a teacher, one was the captain of guard. and Gerald is not a teacher.
Okay. And the guy we're following now is what's his name?
Janice.
Janish.
Janish.
I'll write it out again.
He is a teacher.
And he is not just the teacher, he is the school's oracle.
So when he said, "Find what you're looking for," who was he? Was he addressing the group?
He was addressing the kobold and the old man.
Okay.
See.
So apparently you guys are with us now, and you don't know my dad. So, are you useful?
Well,
I'm
Where am I?
Mr. Janish, am I useful?
He would
That
know.
is for you to decide.
Well,
Yes, I'm very useful.
hmm.
Did we get their names? I don't think we
And
did, right?
Can I make an insight
Perhaps-
check on that?
Perhaps you would know me as the best-selling author of my book, 101 Ways to Cook a Dragon.
Oh, the best book.
I am suddenly going to get really sick. Just like, oh,
Yeah,
I wanna-
he
I wanna
starts
know-
mentioning his cooking, and it just... You have to hold your mouth, and Chew has to, like, do similarly. Yeah, Bali, he's like...
You made a rat sick? Oh my god, dude.
Well, he's not a rat.
Say that
He's
again?
a kobold.
He's a kobold with a rat.
We said
Yeah.
Chew had to get sick.
Oh,
I assume Chew is the rat.
Have I heard of the book?
Roll a history.
I want to know whether or not he thinks he's useful.
What I'll give you is just on base look. You're not sure if it's undeserved confidence or confusion, but
Got it.
Undeserved.
He
confidence.
believes it.
You're confident, but you don't deserve it.
he's still faking it until he makes it, and he's this old.
Tundra. Tundra, this is one of those cookbooks that you'll see like one of in like every little library. It just shows up occasionally in places.
I think
Hey,
I've
man,
I think I've heard of that actually.
it's your money, dude.
My
It's like
eyes,
this-
my eyes light up as he says that.
Wait, is the 76th one boiling? Something to do with that?
No, I don't believe so. No.
I've never heard of it then. What about
Huh.
you? Are you useful?
Yeah, as you see a kobold and his rat just sick.
I'm gonna stare at you when you ask me that. I'm gonna squint my eyes and like look you up and down. As useful to you as you are to me.
I don't know what that means.
You don't seem very useful.
So that means you're not very useful.
Not until given value. I know many things. Know how to be quick. Know how to pick. But everything is up for exchange.
Yes. Well, we may have uses for you for sure.
Wait a minute. Is that a pirate's accent I hear? As I try to mimic you slightly.
I am not the pirate in this group,
But there is a pirate.
right? And then I like elbow the diving suit.
Yeah, exactly. Ho!
Waiting.
Yeah.
Why, hello there. I'm Shiver Me Shivers. But ye can call me Shivers.
Ah. Well, I keep copying the accent.
Oh, it's infectious.
Yeah, it is. It is. For a cousin of the sea, I can be useful.
Janice is still here, right? I don't want to talk about sensitive information when he's around.
Janice is around.
Yeah, then I'm gonna not talk about anything super special because like being with us means more than just being a part of the think tank. Being with us means like Ember, you know, and all that. So yeah, we'll hold off.
Come with me.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, little one.
Oh, I said Janice. What is Donald's it's Gerald. Sorry, Janice. Gerald.
Yes.
I see you cooking any kobolds. I'm going to gut you.
Well, if I'm being honest, I go down to whisper to him. Half the time I don't know what the meat is.
Well, when you start eating kobold, I'll let you know. With a dagger.
Strange, but whatever works for you.
I imagine in his like mind palace, he just sees like Mince walk up to him and be like, "Here's a dagger." And he's like, "Thanks."
Oh, did I cook a kobold?
I'm just thinking in the back of my head, this must be a Janice type of thing.
Yeah.
Some prophecy type thing.
But Bali's gonna walk up to you two, like slowly, and his head's kind of twitching. And like you just see this large loxodon. Normally, I don't know if you've ever seen a loxodon, but if you have, they're bipedal. Bali walks on 4 legs. And he'll walk up and he'll be like, and then he like looks at, then he'll look at Mince and be like,
Huge face.
Are you okay?
He's prostrating himself to me. He's prostrating himself. He knows who's in charge.
Would you like some of my cooking?
You have ice cream.
Not right now, no.
I'm sorry about him. He's got a bit of a fixation on it. Don't mind him.
So you want to join Think Tank? What a surprise. Look out for crows. They'll peck out your eyes. Jesus, dude.
You know, I heard that if you cut their tongues, they can learn to speak like people.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure if that's how that works.
Janice begins your walk out of the city.
He's probably like, "What did I do?" He's like, "I made a horrible mistake."
He saw it all happen. Yeah.
Bali's walking on all fours.
Yeah.
I'm going to ride him.
He's making himself at home for sure.
take my trunk and I grab you and put you down.
As the many of you make it to this wall, he takes you to the opposite wall that Tifley went to. As right now it's just Zib kind of working on it, tinkering with this crystal mechanism in the background. As he does a quick wave to Janish, Janish passes through this wall. All of you are pretty familiar with the wall. Those of you who have not played, your characters would still be familiar with it. You pass through this wall, kind of this silvery light with all these almost like mercury bubbles. Kind of have that look of mercury floating around in it. They pretty much have repelled off of both of you completely. As Janish heads through the wall first, the bubbles repelling off him. The rest of you follow.
I get nervous.
Yeah, Bali. You do get a bit nervous. You walk into this wall. The bubbles start to rub against you. Kind of like they've done the past few days. But this time, there's like a little sensation to it.
Uh-oh.
Just this minor stinging. It's just this really light stinging, like even lighter than like getting like a shot or something. But it's definitely a sensation.
Yeah. I could play it off. I'm used to worse.
Oh yeah, definitely.
With all these context clues so far, I'm pretty sure if you were like a full-fledged druid, these bubbles would eat you.
As you head out into the wilds, Janish starts to walk around. He doesn't look at any of the signage. He doesn't really talk too much on the way there. He walks you kind of into the late afternoon. You get to this you start seeing like these various small houses on the sides of the road. These are like dilapidated. He takes you on a trail that has not been kept properly. As Shivers, you start to recognize this place a bit. You remember it's very familiar to the place you went through when you first came to Morsa, when you got split up from Ronzo.
After we managed to kind of get off of the beach, quote unquote, and get away from shelter and stuff. This is the
going like
absolutely. Okay, I understand. The ruins kind of. Mm-hmm.
Aye, this be looking a bit familiar.
You've been?
Aye, once in me short life.
It's been anything but. As he starts kind of walking around, he looks at various houses, ruins. He looks around. Mincemeat has a little poison hiccup. As he kind of does this late into the day, he checks every house you pass by. Just all empty and destroyed. As he eventually sees one, he walks up to it. Come inside.
You.
He looks around the house. You see these little Shivers, if you remember the symbols that are kind of like this 8-pointed, like these sticks tied together.
Mm-hmm.
Symbol of the 8-sided star. Jenny shakes his head and he starts to like dismantle them and put them to the side.
What is that? What are you doing? Why do you care about sticks?
It is a false hope.
I'm not following.
As much as people believe the return to be wrong, these, and he kind of starts dismantling these sticks, are more so. The believing in something that will not save us. He takes a few more of these things down. They're kind of like hanging all over the house, almost like people who are like obsessed.
Yeah, they're like wards.
Yup.
What do they believe in then? This asterisk.
The 8-sided star is another folly. The people who believe in it are not intent on saving what is around us. In that way, they are that much worse than people believe the return to be.
What do they hope to save?
Things beyond our grasp.
What is the danger you talk of? What does it protect from?
Hmm. I believe it to be nothing.
Is it
He takes.
superstition then?
Perhaps. I hope you will look for it on your own and find your own answers.
Good. You're telling me to seek out the 8-pointed star.
I want you to seek your own truth.
Ah. If only you knew.
I know a little more than you think.
So why are we here?
Just a question.
I have something to show you.
Okay.
He takes out this pot.
Hell yeah.
He takes the lid off. Inside it, it is filled with this, like, like this oily substance, like pure black. It has this shimmer of green. He leaves it on the ground. He closes his eyes. And just, even in the complete stillness, you see this oil just randomly ripples. Responds to nothing. The future and the past, the present, none of it is set. I have seen many things, but very few of those things are truth. I wish for you to understand the consequences of your actions, the good and the bad. I want you to understand the things that should and should not be. And some, looking directly at Shivers, that should not exist at all. He dips his hand in this oily substance. I would like you to see Tundra. An understanding. He holds up this palm, just coated in this oil.
My guy just sighs in relief.
Are you willing?
I have no idea what you're doing or what you're talking about for the last like 10 minutes. So I don't want to be part of a science experiment here, and you speak in
will.
riddles, man. I just need to know the future's here, the future's there, the future's behind.
Folly.
It's behind the forward step. I don't know, man.
He grabs your shoulder.
Ask
The-
him, Tundra.
The rest of you see
If anyone knows, it's him.
when you say you will, Polly. Hold up. He puts a hand on your shoulder, and with this oiled hand, he shoves it straight into your forehead. As
Like-
you kind of see this rippling surface as his arm goes in, Janish closes his eyes. Bali's eyes turn this bright green.
Shit.
Bali, you're at the circus again.
Oh shit.
I wasn't going back though.
You're at the circus again.
I'm not going back.
You're not you in the
Yeah.
present. You're seeing
Yeah.
you in the past.
Past me refuses past reality.
You remember the night of your escape. The cages breaking, the animals trampling, fire burning. As you running away, you see Strixie, your tiger friend, run into the tent of a Mr. I'm trying to remember his name.
Wargoth.
Yes, a Mr. Wargoth. As you run up, you see what you did. Kind of, you run past, you start to run away, but you stop. But this image of you does not stop. What you actually did, running. You decide this time an alternate you. Curious. walks into this tent. As you see maw filled with flesh and blood, you see this tiger over the body of Wargoth. He's dead.
Can I speak in this dream?
Everything snaps back. You leave the vision. Janish opens his eye, his arm kind of retracting. The oil being used kind of solidifies, kind of into this gelatin, and it falls into the ground.
Are you going to eat that?
I need you to roll a d5.
Incredibly timely. Are you gonna eat that?
What the fuck is a D5?
D10 and half.
Half, yeah.
D10 and half it.
Or D20 now.
In quarters.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I'm talking D5. I rolled an 8, so yeah, 4, I guess.
All right. This is very weird for you.
Most
You
things
look
are,
around
yeah.
Everything
and
else wasn't.
Yeah.
yeah,
Normal until now.
you. What Mint says, you do not hear it. Rather, there's kind of this shy yelp. Until your next long rest, you do not perceive anything Mincemeat does. Everything you perceive from him, you perceive as Gilbert or Gary.
What?
So he just looks different.
He sounds different. When people mention him, you don't hear them saying Mincemeat. You hear them saying Gilbert. Do you remember Gilbert, Bali?
That's a mindfuck, dude.
I don't remember if Bally met Gilbert.
You didn't,
Yeah, I was about to say.
but you have now. So
Interesting.
instead of you gonna eat that,
So my future character knows of his past character.
yes, you see Bali, his eyes this shimmering green. Janish shakes it off. Do you understand what you just saw?
That isn't what happened.
It's not. But it's what could have happened. This is alternity. With this, you can see everything that could have and will have happened.
What good would that do us?
The theft, maybe.
I was just to say.
See what would happen if the body didn't get jacked.
The use, the magic behind it, is not what I wish to teach you. It is what we do. Now, it doesn't take someone like me to know of your escapades on campus. the Goliath you protected yourself from. The student who came to my class this morning with bandages on her legs, looking at Shivers. There are things that should happen and things that shouldn't happen.
Says who?
I think if you were to see, you would. You might have an opinion as well.
Ollie, not to sidetrack you, but when you told me of the return before, what side of me were you standing on?
I was on your left.
Okay. Then my left arm starts twitching. And before I realize it, it reaches out and like grabs the arm of Janish. And I'm gonna ask him, you said the past is not certain. You said it.
I did.
That means they could not be dead. Because they shouldn't. What say you?
Let's say.
I think your line of inquiry perhaps would only prove dangerous to you.
Is he the paper man?
Are you asking about Marcus?
Yes.
Marcus might be the paper man,
What is paper man?
but I
What
am.
is-
Dude, I want to know what the paper man is too. I really don't know what the paper man is.
I thought there was a night when Marcus was like, "Am I the paper man?"
Yeah. He puts his arm around you, Marcus.
Short answer, nobody knows at the moment.
Calm yourself. You are not the paper man.
Oh,
No, Marcus is the paper man. I'm the codger.
Oh my god.
This I know.
Marcus.
You tell me how Marcus did those horrible things in our past.
Marcus did nothing.
Ember's gonna get a little weirded out when I ask to change the name from Think Tank to Morsa's Maniacs. We're all losing our goddamn minds.
Yeah, we're the villains.
Yeah.
Give us that dead body, goddammit.
Yeah.
Marcus, the codger. You are a mere culmination of your choices. You could be so much better, or you could be so much worse. I don't want you to go down that path. I don't want you to seek the unnatural.
So you will not show me my past as it could have been.
Excuse
Do
me,
you
sir.
wish?
Why is this?
Do you wish to see it?
Only so that I know that I'm right.
It will only hurt you.
It will hurt Marcus.
Roll me a persuasion.
Oh shit! Full cognitive dissonance. Here we go.
I always wondered why your guy's name is Marcus the Codger. He's like, he's not even old. I don't get it.
His arm started twitching, and
That persuasion check, though.
Damn.
Does he get 2? 1 for each personality?
He puts your arm down.
Mhm.
When you are feeling better, I will take you to that place. If I take you there now, it will only destroy you.
Aeon.
Boring sanity.
Why does it matter that we see what could have happened but did not happen? Changes nothing.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I just want to know why the liquid is out here. Why wouldn't you take something like this with you? If you knew it was here.
He put it on the ground, right?
No,
brought it.
he brought it with him.
Oh, he brought it with him.
The real question
Why
is,
is
why do we
that-
have to be here?
Why? Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay, well, it's still the same question. Like, why is this place significant then for the liquid?
I didn't want there to be the distraction of all the students and the crows.
You
Just
noticed the
privacy
crows?
check.
Did you?
Everyone has noticed the crows, Bali.
Oh.
Who wouldn't notice the crows?
Yeah.
Wait, did they notice one went gone? Went missing?
Yes, a singular crow went missing. That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
I was cooking in town and I noticed the crow.
Yeah.
Well,
Were you cooking crow?
Maybe.
I never know.
I never know.
I kind of love that.
they aren't dangerous, by the way. They mean well.
I might have fed some crow to crow too.
Crow to crow.
It's hard for me to understand what you're trying to tell us.
I
But
agree.
I have not lived their lives, so I'm not sure what they know or don't. I don't want to go back.
I be taking your point.
I will not make you.
I didn't want to go back either.
What to say?
You get what you get, Bali. You release the crows.
You get what you get. You release the crows. That's beautiful.
If it's free, I'll go back.
Wait, he's the one that made the crows come.
Crows were already there. They just followed Bali.
Marcus.
Damn straight. You tell them. I didn't make crows, okay?
Codger.
Yes.
I sent you to that man because I do not want you to become the worst version of yourself. Either of them.
Yes, well, do not worry for the codger. He is the best he can be.
That is why I worry for him.
First profound thing he said, but seriously, very profound.
You fucking creep me out, man.
We are making breakthroughs today.
I have one task for you to complete tonight. Somewhere in Dellen lies something inhuman, unnatural. Something that should not be. I want you to end it. You may use whatever means you desire. Looking at Bali, I would not be surprised by any methods you undertake.
Oh, where's Dellen, by the way?
You're in it.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of this ruined old country town almost.
It's abandoned.
Yeah.
Shivers' hand, standing stiff in like an L position like this, just starts to flourish with Eldritch energy. And he's holding it. And he holds it out.
You'll never take me.
Whoa. Whoa.
Janice.
Yes.
How you been picking up what you're laying down? How you should have never been born? How you should have never made the pact?
He pushes your arm down.
It creakily lowers. Like I have no way to stop him.
Hey, go quit!
Yeah.
Stop it!
He looks at you dead serious. You are a cardinal sin.
I knew that's what he was talking about.
If I wanted to dispose of you, I would have.
All I want to get straight is that you're not sending them all after me right now. There's some other beast out here.
Correct.
All right, then we're cool.
Is there a reward for doing this task?
Yes. I will leave it to you to find it. I must purify the rest of the town. And he holds up these sticks and he kind of drops them. As he holds in each of his hands a scroll, he holds them out in front of Gerald and Mincemeat. Pick your pick.
I'm gonna wait for Gerald to start reaching for one and then take the one he's picking.
I'm just gonna look closely at both of them. Is there any distinguishable feature differences?
Yeah, roll me an Arcana. You might just be able to recognize the spell.
Ooh.
I need to know how much actual time goes by before he makes a decision.
Yeah, Gerald, how?
A considerable amount of time. I want to make a
you-
side bet.
Probably.
With Tundra, be like, I'll bet you 2 gold. He picks the one on the left.
There's no way he picks the one on the left.
It was probably.
Do I hear the
15
whispering on the
seconds.
left?
You gave me the gold. I don't fucking care.
If I overhear them talking about taking the one on the left, I'm going to take the one on the left.
Roll perception. Or no, actually, this would be passive. Bali or Tundra, you can roll stealth.
Why do I need to roll stealth?
Whispering, being quiet.
Oh.
One of the two of you.
Yeah, we're whispering.
For it.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, sure.
I have a +3, but go
Oh,
for it.
14. That's decent.
Yeah,
15.
you overhear them.
Damn it.
Who is going to win the bet?
He hasn't chosen yet.
Bali would win the bet if you
If
picked
he-
left.
Yeah.
He didn't let me ride his back. I'm gonna take the one on the right.
All right.
I'm talking about.
It means Bali
Um,
wins.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Wait, taking the right one makes Bali win?
If you take the right one,
Yeah,
then
'cause
Gerald will take
I
the
was
left.
referencing Gerald. Yeah.
Oh, then I'll take the left one.
Okay.
Okay. Gerald, you just noticed that both of these are scrolls of divination magic. And
I
while
love
you're
it.
still considering looking at them, this little kobold snatches the
As I
first
go,
scroll.
as I go to reach the left, he snatches the scroll.
Oh, you better get your crows to give me my fucking money.
I suppose I'll take this one then.
I'm gonna
It's a
look
drop-
back and
a
smile
drop
and
in the
wink.
hat.
I'm gonna smile and wink at Tundra.
I like this guy.
As Mincemeat, you get a scroll of augury.
Ooh.
Gerald, you get a scroll of borrowed knowledge.
So why us? Why think tank?
I mean, come on.
Yeah, after everything that just happened, like it needed to be us. He was even
Why
like,
not?
"There's."
The
None
Mad
of you-
Mountaineers.
None of you are mere students.
Mountaineers know more than they let on. I know it.
What do you mean, not mere student?
What gave it away?
I think you know.
The brick?
I'm innocent.
I'm here for school.
I think the only one that was here just for school is gone now. Your friend didn't show up today.
By this time, a much less rambunctious Marcus is in front of you.
Marcus Prime.
I suppose I was here for selfish reasons.
Do not fret, and do not regret. Look back, but move forward. Change the things now that you wish you could change then. He stands up. He closes the lid on his big pot, kind of puts it around a strap on his back.
It's like Gara.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Love it.
I will meet you at the end of the night. Stay safe.
Stay rich.
I will do my best to keep everyone safe.
I leave it to you to find the source of the suffering of Dylan. He gets up.
I think you will find we will exceed your expectations, sure.
I hope so.
What was the reward?
Aside
He
from
turns around.
knowledge.
He continues walking.
This motherfucker doesn't even know why he's here.
I think he told us that we have to find reward as well as find monster.
Yes.
I'm sure it'll be a medallion or whatever they're called. I forget.
Yeah, an emblem or something.
He called Shiver the cardinal sin, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Do you think the monster is Shiver?
No, we went over that. You missed the thing.
He said the cardinal sin.
But we're killing something else, okay?
As a fellow thief, I will take your word.
Yes, I believe he means that Shivers here is a tolerable sin.
Hey, tolerable. Hey,
I would describe him like that, yes.
very.
I'm pretty sure cardinal and tolerable are not synonyms, but okay.
Depends on who's defining it.
Semantics.
Yeah.
I guess you did write a book.
Yeah.
I am a critically acclaimed author.
We're cooking dragon and probably their kin.
He's seen them both in a list.
You've seen one dragon, you've seen them all.
Racist.
Wow.
And your last character was a kobold too. Oh my god. It's beautiful poetry.
Do we have any leads on this thing?
Yeah, how big is this town, by the
Well,
way?
I believe it is in this town.
This place, if you remember me describing it, 116 days ago.
Oh yeah, for sure. Duh.
Fresh in my mind.
It is almost like it is a rural kind of town. It is the housing, like the housing can be like miles between. It was used as farmland kind of before the eternal winter.
Yes,
So
I will say,
yeah.
I will say, I was quite worried at first when he took us to this proverbial back alleyway of towns.
I thought so too. And then he said, "There is a darkness that needs to be killed," and I knew. But we're cool.
I'm just glad he decided to look at you two with that oil.
All right. Is there something in your past you're not proud of?
Oh, not necessarily. I just mean the fact that he said, he was going on about things that we should and shouldn't do, and I thought he had found out about my
I like look around to see if Janisha's around and just whisper.
He gone.
about my contraband.
You know, all of a sudden I like you. What contraband?
Don't worry about it for now. I'm sure it'll be relevant.
I'm sure my contraband will be relevant later. That's the best. That's the best. It guaranteed will. It guaranteed will. You're not wrong about that.
Did you steal your book idea?
No, nothing like that. Hey, we're getting off track here.
You know, I like this guy too.
First I thought he was a straight walker, but now I see that he's a straight talker. Very different.
Yeah.
What we have to
Janice
do?
just says there's something unnatural in this town. Go find
Yes,
it by
exactly.
midnight, and didn't say anything else.
Yeah.
And I
Dude, he
told
doesn't
the
give
man,
answers, man. He just gives questions.
Yeah.
I told the man we would
Yeah,
exceed
so-
his expectations and exceed his expectations. We shall, if we want to pass that class
He
with
is
flying
a-
color.
He is a stoned man who sees the past and the future.
Yeah.
He's like someone who's tripping who actually sees what they trip.
Yeah, so like I have no doubts we could stand right here and the thing would just bumble into us because we're just meant to fucking find it. And by his terms, he's like, I don't have to give them any directions. Like they're just, it's gonna happen tonight. Like,
Is there a place in town that has more than 3 buildings, or like at least 3 buildings within a half a mile of each other?
let's look.
Maybe.
Let's look.
That might
Start
look
moving.
like the city center, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should go to the temple. Creepy things always happen at temples.
Let us go to the temple.
I believe creepy things would happen at a temple.
Yep.
You all don't seem like you look like you know how to walk a street. Do any of you know how to walk a street?
Look at me strut my stuff.
Square as can be.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to lead you. Might be quicker. Definitely quicker.
Have at it, man. You in front. I feel less worried.
I'm gonna.
I agree.
Yeah.
I like your confidence.
Yeah. Think tank. You get up. You start moving into the dark. You start making your way through this town. It's later at night. Gerald took a while to look at those scrolls. And I think that's where we'll call it.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Good job, man.
We were about to
That
open
was
a whole
fun.
can of
Your
worms and
characters are
shit.
crazy, man.
Both your
Yours are
characters.
fucking crazy.
Yeah. So excited to play with you guys. Oh my god.
It'll come in handy later.
Dude, that was. I'm sure it'll come up later. Contraband, and I'm sure it'll come up later. Like, the intense humor of that is immeasurable. Like, you could calculate the humor of that for hours. But no, I wanted to tell you, Nick. I don't know if you are aware of like the Skaven or anything like that, but you remind me. Your like personality is exactly how like Warhammer Skaven kind of present themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I'm basically a Skaven.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
I love the Skaven.
In fact, my favorite Chaos God is Nurgle.
that is awesome. You're doing a great job. And Dinor, does that voice hurt?
No, not at all.
Damn.
He was meant to be old.
You're prepping.
So, a quick warning for future sessions. My sound was cutting in and out throughout the session, so like I might have to ask you to repeat yourself on something.
No problem.
I repeat myself.
Will do.
Very
dude.
helpful.
Will do.
So we had a moment in an old campaign where it was really funny. Nick was asking one of the other players, like, "What do you say?" And the player went, "I repeat myself." And he's like, "No, what did you say?" "I repeat myself."
All right, guys. Good job.
Yeah,
That was fun.
Thanks for
Yep.
coming.
Have fun, boys.
Yep. Have a good night.